peace must be our goal and our guide. And all that we strive for as a human family, dignity and hope, progress and prosperity, depends on peace. But peace depends on us.
A very good morning to you, and thank you so much for joining us. This is the People's Court, and my name is Miriam Ogutu. And on today's show, we're going to look at the BBI. Right now, it is already on the Senate, and the Speaker of the Senate tomorrow is expected to rule whether senators there can vote to amend the articles in that Constitutional Amendment Bill of 2020, otherwise known as the BBI. And to help me in engaging in this conversation, I'm joined this morning by Professor Jared Onyari from Nairobi. Professor, very good morning to you.
Good morning, Miriam, my fellow panelists and our viewers from wherever they are.
All right, Prof, good morning. And also we are joined by Dr. Joseph Nyanchama, also from Nairobi. Dr. very good morning to you. Very well. As we wait for Dr. Nyanchama there to connect, we are also joined by Jevan Karanja, all the way from Nanyuki. Jevan, good morning.
Good morning, Miriam. Good morning to our viewers and my fellow panelists. Always a pleasure being on Punchline Africa TV.
All right. Nice to have you. And we also do have Douglas Kirimi from Meru County. Douglas, good morning to you.
Very good morning to you, Miriam, and also my fellow panelists. Thank you for having me on the show.
All right, nice to have you, Douglas Kirimi. So let's just start with the story on page 5 of in the Daily Nation. I think we mentioned it earlier on, and we did not have time to look at it, but I think it's very important because it's a matter of national interest, and it's a national conversation that we must continue to have so that Kenyans can really know what's really happening there. So BBI vote, all eyes on Ruto allies. When the Senate convenes tomorrow to take a vote on the bill to change the constitution, focus will be on Deputy President William Ruto allies in the House after last week's shock in which some Tangatanga MPs in the National Assembly went against the grain and voted in support of the Constitution of Kenya Amendment Bill 2020. The DP and his handlers are hoping that lightning does not strike twice. And before I even continue further with reading that article on the Daily Nation, and so lightning does not strike twice. Is it likely to strike twice, or it will be a one-off? I'll start with you, Douglas.
Miriam, for us to be able to
go ahead. Okay. Douglas is having a bit of some technical difficulties there. Douglas, when you're able to join me, I will come back to you as you fixed. We have a bit of a challenge there with your connection. I think I'll go to Professor Jared Onyari. Prof, the DP and his side, they're counting on luck.
Yeah, Miriam, it is true that from where I come from, the thunder does not strike the tree twice. The reason being, after the first time it has struck it, the tree becomes dry. So it cannot be able to attract the waves, Miriam. Are you getting that? Mm-hmm. But if you want to say that what happened in the National Assembly is not going to happen in the Senate, that's what it means. Mm-hmm. But be it as it may, Miriam, here is that we are now on the final tail of getting this BBI to the people. And the senators have seen the mood of the National Assembly. And the mood of the National Assembly, Miriam, here is that the bills need to be presented to the people. Even the ruling we are expecting from the Senate, from the Senate of the Speaker of the Senate, Miriam. You know very well that, Miriam, you cannot alter. It is only the typographical error which you can be able to do that it was spelled wrong. But otherwise, there's nothing in any form that they can be able to do. So, Miriam, when you say thunder does not repeat twice, Miriam, you are living in denial. Mm-hmm. You are denying, and Sometimes even when a very close friend of yours passes on, or dear somebody who is so dear to you, Miriam, you sometimes deny. It can't happen. It can't happen. And the person is already dead. He can't come back to life. So the DB and his allies are living in denial. They cannot believe that even their Kimani Ngonjiri, who said, Miriam, that he supported the BBI because it's bottom-up approach. So it means the what they have been going around through their Tanga meetings, Miriam. They are lying to the people of Kenya, and as I'm trying to say, Miriam, even from the Tanga wing, they know very well that the BBI is a good document, but they must be able to do politics. Let us watch and see how it unfolds, Miriam, but mark my words, read my lips, it is going to go through with an overwhelming support, Miriam. In any event, even if they vote, what will happen? It has already been, it is already, we are only waiting because the constitution says that they have to have their input, which they have eloquently debated, and all that they have pointed out, Miriam, has been recorded in the Assad. So we can easily go to refer Miriam. So even if they are trying to oppose Miriam through their recording on the Assad, they are enriching the document so that in the future, Miriam, should we be able to change it, we can have something to refer. I submit.
Okay, thank you so much, Professor Jared Onyari. We're making reference to a story here that the Daily Nation has carried out on All Eyes on Ruto's allies. As we know, last week on Thursday, 235 members of parliament, a significant number of whom are dyed-in-the-wool supporters of the DP, voted to support the bill and give President Uhuru Kenyatta and ODM Raila Odinga's bragging rights, raising queries over their loyalty. And some of the supporters of DP who went ahead and voted for this bill included MPs David Sankok, nominated, Kareke Mbiuki of Mara, Joash Nyamoko, North Mugirango, William Chepkut, Anaimoi, Purity Kadhambi, Joro, Malulu Injendi from Malava, Gideon Koskei, Chepalungu, and Ngunjiri Kimani Bahati. And this exposed the deep rift in Tanga when they voted for this bill. Are we likely to see this, or are we likely to see, nothing change there? Jevan Karanja.
Thank you very much, Miriam. And what we saw in the National Assembly, the members allied to Deputy President voting in different directions, shows that they are listening to the voices of their representative, the people they represent, and that is their constituents. If in any case your constituency is going to gain, why can't you go and vote yes for this document? That is something that is so big, and I'm quite happy that MP like Kimani Ngonjiri, who have been a vocal support of the Deputy President, saying that I did that not because I don't support the Deputy President, but because I support my people, because my constituency, Bahati, will be divided into two. And that means more resources to the people I represent. And if there's anything that any members of parliament is proud for, if they mean well to the people, it's when they see their people getting good services, getting more resources, getting more roads, getting access to electricity, and so on. Therefore, this document is a good document. And for those who voted no, and that their places were gaining a lot, like Moses Kuri and others, they did that to praise their political godfather, and that is the Deputy President, because, maybe they owe him something, loyalty, and that is what they were doing. But at the end of the day, and from what I see is like, even in the Deputy President camp, there are people who feel like they need to express their original or their independent mind without being coerced around the support of the Deputy President. And that says that we still have members of parliament who can think on their own. And that is something that is significant, because at the end of the day, the people, these members of parliament, they owe us, the voters, the people who voted them. That is the first people they should give their priority, rather than giving a priority to their presidential candidate. Because at the end of the day, we don't know who will be on the ballot in 2022. You might be supporting the Deputy President or Raila Odinga now, but you don't know what will happen in future. You don't know tomorrow. Therefore, we take the opportunity that comes today. Therefore, as we move on, and I saw yesterday Ndidi Nyoro saying that they were not asked by Deputy President to vote as a bloc. But you can see that it's like they were asked they have been opposing the document from day one. Therefore, we expect them, as we go on, the confusion in their camp to continue accelerating. And we expect tomorrow to see senators like Susan Kihika, and we saw her during the contentious revenue sharing formula in Senate, voting in a different direction on compared to what other DP allies were doing, like Kipchumba Murkomen. Therefore, these things, at the end of the day, people must start, and leaders must start seeing the need to represent their people rather than representing their own stomachs. Therefore, at the end of the day, I expect the Senate to vote in a mixed approach, especially in the allies of the deputy president who have been fighting this document, while they know very well there are some regions which are going to gain. They know that there are the world that awaits them if they vote no, and their president is going to gain. At the end of the day, when the people will come to the ground and they are being educated about the importance of this document, and they realize that their senator, their member of parliament, voted no to a document that could have helped them, then these members of parliament will be in a very bad situation in terms of seeking re-election. Therefore, they are also looking at the future and the current affairs.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Evan Karanja. Now, yesterday, sources told the nation that DP Ruto and his handlers hope his troops will rise to the occasion, if only to salvage the little that is left of the group's perceived strength. Will they be able to salvage that situation? Dr. Joseph Nyanchama.
Oh, thank you, Miriam. First of all, I tend to agree with the professor. It is true, thunder does not strike twice. Or those who thought that it would strike twice, they are pretending to water the tree, cheating people that the tree will be revived. It won't. You know, when thunder strikes, it sends shock waves to the farthest point of the root of the tree. It is true, it will not strike twice. Fait accompli. In French, game finished. Let me come to number 2 issue, which I hope the panelists needs to look at. The mere fact that the overwhelming no vote of the deputy president came from his region is very risky to him, because it now converts him to be a regional kingpin, because he did not get the support from other regions. In fact, the worry should be, he is now the spokesman of the Left Valley. That is the meaning of most people from Left Valley brought before the deputy president for overwhelmingly supporting him. I don't know whether they see that risk. If the no vote predominantly came from Left Valley, what does it tell you? He's a regional kingpin. The way he has been dismissing is not. It has now been confirmed. That is the most worrying trend he needs to focus on. For me, it is true the thunder does not strike twice, because fait accompli. Okay. I submit, Million.
All right. Thank you so much. So, Dr. Nyanchama has given us another translation of what transpired last week. He's saying that now designates DP as a regional kingpin. And remember, he has been criticizing remember the State House 7, opposition leader Raila Odinga, Wetangula, Kalonzo Musyoka, and the rest, when they met with President Uhuru Kenyatta, and they said, those are regional kingpins. And when President Uhuru Kenyatta met with the leaders of Mount Kenya in Sagana State Lodge also, I think it was a lot of criticism towards the president at that time. So it's interesting that you could look at it from that perspective, Dr. Joseph Nyanchama. Samuel Tawish, what do you think will happen in the Senate? DP Ruto is banking on a lot of luck.
Thank you so much, Miriam, and my other panelists for this discussion we are having. Miriam, to start with, I want to assure you 100% that, one, the Speaker of the Senate is going actually to rule almost the same way the Speaker of the National Assembly did, because there's no way he's going to subvert the Constitution. There's no way he's going to interpret the Constitution otherwise, if it's not the way it's supposed to be interpreted. I mean, there's nothing completely that the Senate can do in as far as this bill is concerned, if not to endorse it the way it is. So my expectation and the expectation of most Kenyans out here is that the bill, the Senate is going to pass that BBI bill the way it is, and therefore paving the way for a referendum. So there's nothing so much to talk about that. And I expect the senators in their numbers also to take the cue or to follow the cue from their colleagues in the National Assembly and unanimously endorse this document when it is tabled tomorrow on the floor of the House. So that is the expectation and the anticipation of a majority of Kenyans out here, that this bill is actually going to sail through equally in the Senate as it has actually done, or it has happened in the National Assembly. Second point, Miriam, sometimes I'm worked up when I hear some of my panelists, especially Dr. Nyanchama, coming out and trying to insinuate that William Ruto is actually a regional kingpin, and to be particular, that is a kingpin of Rift Valley. I personally come from Rift Valley, and I think it's not the first time I'm trying to fight this perception that William Ruto is a kingpin of the entire Rift Valley. Remember, William Ruto comes from Rift Valley. That one is not disputable. But he comes and commands, the following from the Kalenjin nation, that is his ethnic community. And that is why you see most of the people who voted no in the floor of the House, especially on this BBI, and leave alone even the BBI question, even when it came to the question of the assemblies approving this bill, you remember, the most counties that actually recorded the numbers that we had, the no numbers that we had actually came from mostly the Kalenjin drawn counties. For example, Kericho, Uasin Gishu, and others. So it is not correct. It is not in order to say or to insinuate that Deputy President William Ruto indeed commands a majority of following in the entire Rift Valley. Like I said last time, Trans Nzoia, for example, where the Deputy Secretary General of Jubilee Party comes from, that is Cherangani MP Joshua Kutuny, is actually in support of the bill, and they voted for this bill when it went to the county assembly, and so did their lawmakers who are drawn from that county. The same thing happened with Narok, for example, which is part of Rift Valley. The same happened with Kajiado. The same happened with Turkana. The same happened with Samburu and other counties. So all these counties are actually part and parcel of Rift Valley.
So in short, in Deputy President William Ruto. In short, yes. just to peg on what Dr. Nyanchama there said earlier. You would say he is a kingpin of where? Just to be specific.
If I got him right, I think.
Doc, I'll come to you.
Right,
no, let me correct. Let me say this.
Okay.
Yes.
Tawish, what I'm saying is this. The point I was putting forth, a mere fact that those who voted no predominantly come from a specific region,
community, yes,
poses a risk to the deputy president.
Okay.
When I talk of a region, I don't necessarily mean the entire Rift Valley.
All right, thank you so much.
Whatever that region is so divine.
Yes.
I was talking about the risk of predominant no came from a specific
particular region. Understood.
Now puts him, portrays an image of him controlling only a small region. Right. That's what I was putting forward. I was trying to say there is now that risk that they need to know, and focusing on other issues that Tanda will strike twice, will not. Tawish, I didn't mean the entire. What I thought I meant was is a picture being portrayed now. In fact, he commands a section of whatever you call a region.
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
Not national, as we are
Thank you
told
so much.
to believe.
Thank you so much, Doc, for clarifying that to us. Thank you so much. I think now, Tawish, yes, Doc has made it clear.
Sure, Dr. Nyanchama. And if you also got me right, it was not that I was in contest with your sentiments, but basically trying to add more flesh on what exactly you say by adding to the point that this man does not command Rift Valley as it is, or as people are trying to imagine, but the ethnic group within the Rift Valley. That narrows it down to the ethnic group. And that actually exposes him as a vulnerable politician who, if he thinks that he commands the Rift Valley, then he has been exposed by going by the numbers and the recent happenings in the country, especially on this critical process of the BBI, Dr. Nyanchama and the viewers. So basically what I'm trying to say, Miriam, is that going forward, I think William Ruto should be a worried politician, given that he's he's been banking his hopes on these lawmakers who he purportedly perceived to have been supporting him. But everything, the writing is on the wall. These people are not supporting him. Because again, what will you go and tell your constituents if you vote no for a document that speaks of additional revenue to your county, that speaks of creation of a fund for the World Development Fund for your constituents? What does it speak if this document is speaking about unifying the country or creating more position to accommodate more interest in the country compared to what we have today? So what kind of excuse will you go and tell your constituents or the people who elected you? In any case, Miriam, the people who voted no on the floor of the House for this document should be worried even more. Because again, when they go to the constituents, they'll be juggling between campaigning for this document and maintaining the same relation and interest they have with Deputy President William Ruto. That is why you see there are people, even within Ruto camp, who did not vote for this document, not because it is not good, but because they did not want to create a perception that they are against Deputy President William Ruto. But take it this way, Miriam and the panelists, we are going to go to a referendum. And undoubtedly, there will be campaigns for and against this document. So if you have Deputy President William Ruto, who has come out openly and frankly and said he's going to oppose the referendum, is going to oppose the BBI bill, which is going to be subjected to a referendum. So essentially it's going to be on a no camp. And you have lawmakers who are supporting this document. So are you going to tell me these people will be with the Deputy President William Ruto moving around the country when William Ruto is preaching on the podium as their chief priest, as their leader, that I am against this BBI bill, don't vote for it? And again, in his camp, he has people who are voting for this. So it's just a matter of time you're going to see most of these lawmakers actually switching. Already they have switched. Technically, they're just waiting for that opportune moment to actually tell their true colors and position when we get to a referendum, Miriam, because there's no way you can distinguish between supporting this bill and supporting Deputy President William Ruto. It is as plain as it is. It doesn't need further elucidation, Miriam, I submit.
Okay, thank you so much. Douglas Kirimi, can you hear me now? We had a bit of a technical hitch earlier there. Still on the same.
Yes, I can hear you, Miriam.
Go ahead.
Miriam, what we are having today is a deputy president and his supporters who don't want to accept the reality of the matter. The plan was, and it is, for Deputy President William Ruto to strangle and make sure that he has killed BBI. The dream of BBI does not see the light of the day. So for him and also for their team to be able to wait for another defeat from Senate, which is very eminent, and actually that is what is going to happen to the people. He has lost this. I saw him post motivational quotes on Twitter saying that now, even if the people, he was insinuating now, if Senate continue with the refusal to vote for no, now even the people can vote for no, and that is democracy, and we continue focusing on what is important. For him, what is important is the presidential vote, and that is where Tawish is making the point very clear. He is a reader from Sugoi. He only comes from Sugoi, and that is the point of contention. And that is the point that I'm trying to make to him, that he should have focused his energies into other important matters. Because, Miriam, when defeat is imminent in your life, you always encounter more defeats, especially in politics, Miriam. These are the same people. Kimani Ngunjiri was lying to William Ruto the way he is not for BBI, and he said that I am Kimani Ngunjiri, I'm not for BBI, I have two issues are on to do in this life, to speak the truth and to go to heaven. But when the moment of truth came to say no, he said yes. And these are the rights that he has been fed with. And I thank God that it is a rainy season. The people of Kimwarela have not received their dams. And the man that was supposed to have read the teams and make sure that everything is done stole the money. The people of Kimwarela, when it rains, it doesn't rain once, Miriam. It is raining for William Ruto and the Tangatanga camp. And they are going to receive more defeats. And actually, I'll still quote his UDA chairman, Senator Johnson Duya Mugama, who said that what is happening to UDA and what is happening in our political scene is a sign of things to come in future, Miriam. This is a sign of things to come for Dr. William Ruto and his UDA brigade and every other sympathizer of Dr. William Ruto, Miriam, a man that promises to come and revive our economy after spending over 30 years steering and preferring our public coffers. So Miriam, when you look at what is going to happen for BBI, is that BBI is going to pass in Senate, defeat for William Ruto. And also William Ruto is going to defeat it in future. So Miriam, unless William Ruto changes his tact or even changes or postpones his presidential ambition, I don't see why William Ruto not continue being embarrassed if he continues obnobbing around with the people like Moses Kuria, Dende Nyoro, Kimani Ngonjiri of Bahati, Susan Keikas of this world, people who have not told him the truth. And this is the truth of the matter, Miriam, that the people of Kenya have decided to be able to change their constitution and also, Miriam, effect that directly using the ballot themselves at the referendum. And William Ruto has been spending over 3 years now trying to scuttle the very process that the people of Kenya, that the good people of Kenya have decided to come together and be able to change their own constitution. And nobody can stop that. I heard William Ruto say that he's going to stop the will of the people. The people of Kenya have remained stoic, have remained defiant and resilient in the midst of Dr. William Ruto onslaught and an affront on their constitutional mandate to be able to have changes effected on the constitution of the Republic of Kenya, Miriam. And for Dr. William Ruto, I wish he can read the wind of change, Miriam. Where it is blowing, it is going to carry him and carry every other person that is opposing the will of the people to be able to change the constitution of the Republic of Kenya. And William Ruto, a man that has spent his resources, public resources, to oppose this process for over 3 years. I have no kind words for you. You are a man that was an evil that has happened to the people of Kenya. For the last 3 years, the people of Kenya have been giving out their views. You did not give your own. You came opposing this thing everywhere, including in Senate. The dust is going to settle very soon. The people of Kenya are going to have an amended constitution. And Dr. William Ruto, you will never stop a wind of change. When it's about time, it's time, Miriam. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Now,
Miriam, maybe if you can allow me just a minute, please, just a minute. I just want to add one point. Is itching actually, and if I don't,
okay, go ahead.
I don't think if I'll sleep well today. Okay. Miriam, I just want to give an analogy. It is like us men. There's a very beautiful girl around in the village, and as you grow up, maybe you aspire, and you think maybe this is the girl. Maybe you're falling in love, and you think you're going to settle down with that girl. But as time goes by, you get to notice that the girl is actually putting a ring on someone else's finger, and it's not you, but you still hold on to this hope that this girl still loves you. I do not understand how William Ruto is still hallucinating that he has the support of these lawmakers, because how else can you prove the love that this person has for you when they have gone ahead and put a ring on someone else's finger, but you are here still hallucinating that this person is still in love with you? That is food for thought.
Okay, thank you so much. A girl in the village. Now our town, as you were raised in town, I don't know. I can't relate. Okay, thank you so much. Now, last Thursday, Senate Speaker Kenneth Lusaka said that he will deliver a ruling tomorrow to explain whether the lawmakers can bring amendments to a bill that is a product of a popular initiative. National Assembly Speaker Justin Muturi last week ruled out amendments to the bill, arguing that allowing such changes amounts to an attack on the sovereignty authority of the people, being that this process is a people-driven process. So what are we likely to see, Professor, Senate Speaker Kenneth Lusaka rule on tomorrow after the debate by senators?
Miriam, this is a country, institutions which are being guided by the Constitution of Kenya 2010. Article 257, Subarticle 10, Miriam, it is very clear that whether they vote no, they vote yes, whether he allows the amendment to be taken to where? That's a question you ask yourself. So I think he took time to go and reflect it. He will come and tell them that they don't have powers of amending the people's initiative. It's a popular initiative which has come from the people. Nobody can touch it. So the people, Miriam, who have got the ultimate aim of killing BBI are the people of Kenya. They are the ones who will vote for it or not vote for it. So the Speaker of the National Assembly, Miriam, I have clearly said Article 257 is very, very, very clear. whichever way they fought. And that's why we are saying that they have squandered much of our time. They know there's nothing they can. It is just like when the name of the Chief Justice was taken to the President, it was one name. It was either he takes it to Parliament or he doesn't take it to Parliament. Yeah, he has got nothing to do. He has got nothing to do. It is the Constitution requires the people's initiative, which has come from the people. It goes to Parliament. It goes to the Senate, and then it comes back to the people. In fact, Miriam, when it comes to popular initiative, Miriam, the county assemblies have got powers. If we could have not been able to raise the threshold of more than half of the counties, that is 24, it could have collapsed. That is how serious, and that's how the makers, the drafters of this 2010 constitution, they were very serious that there before, the constitution used to be changed without the mandate of the people, without even people knowing. And even the people of Ghana did not, Miriam, you know, how I wish that you were there. I hope you can still remember what happened in Section 2A, from single party to multi-party democracy. People had to struggle because we did not have this kind of way of raising the signatures, and then we make our bill and then we present the people. So tomorrow, watch this space. Ken Lusaka has made in the past very serious rulings, and is brief with the law. I have never found him doing things unconstitutional. Is going to rule that they cannot amend.
All right, thank you. Jevan Karanja, how is the Speaker of Senate, Kenneth Lusaka, likely to rule tomorrow after the Senate debate?
Thank you very much, Miriam. And what I say, I'm not so much in difference from what Professor Jared Onyari have said, because at the end of the day, this is a popular initiative. This is not an initiative that was started from the Parliament. This is a popular initiative. This is the content of this document is made from Kenya, and we know for a fact when we had the handshake. The handshake was between President Uhuru Kenyatta and the former Prime Minister Odinga, but they opened space for Kenyans to bring their views, their recommendations, their proposals on what should be done to ensure that these countries goes back to the right trajectory. And that is how we came up with the BBI task force, the steering committee, and so on. Therefore, these members of the senators who feel like this document should be amended, should be opened for more, to accommodate more views. Where were they when they were being invited to present their views, to present their grievances, to present their petition to the BBI steering committee? Therefore, it would be so unfortunate that they feel like their views are supreme. Nobody has supreme views, because at the end of the day, we were given a level ground to present our views to this committee. Therefore, this document, Miriam, it will not be altered. The National Assembly didn't alter anything, and the Senate will not alter. Therefore, I see the Senate Speaker, Ken Lusaka, ruling that this document will go the way it is to the people, because it is owned by the people. And if Kenyans feel, I don't know why some senators are worried. Kenyans these days, they know how to read. They know how to comprehend issues. The document will come to Kenyans. If they feel it is not good, they will shut it down. If they feel this document is good, they will give it a thumb up, and the document will prevail to implementation. Therefore, they don't need to worry. In fact, those who feel like this document should be altered should campaign vigorously for a no campaign, so that this document will fail and they bring a new initiative, maybe in future or after 2022 general election, that will suit to the interest of Kenyans. Therefore, the Kenyans will have an ultimate decision on the ballot, and that is the referendum, because the county assemblies give us a go-ahead for a referendum when they passed, and when we met the 24 counties passing the bill at the county assemblies level. Therefore, this is a good document, Miriam, and I feel there are some members who have been opposing this document. And I know when the time comes, when the campaigns will start, when people will hit ground campaigning for this document, you'll see even others changing tune. They have just started. The likes of Kimani Gonjiri, they have started changing tunes after listening to what their constituency is saying. Therefore, we expect as we move on, especially members from Mount Kenya region, the Tangatanga MPs from Mount Kenya region, as we end to the to the culmination, to the end of all this process. Some of them will not be even going to public places. They will go and hibernate somewhere, waiting for the verdict the Kenyans will make. Then they will come and try to change tunes here and there. Therefore, Senate will go and debate the document as it is. And if there's anything that needs to be changed, should be the typographical errors and there may be some the alteration of the of words and so on. Those are things that maybe should be, but the contents should remain as it is, because Kenyans will have the ultimate say. Kenyans know how to do these things. We did it in 2005, in 2010, and they will do it in 2021. Therefore, there is nothing much that will happen. It is Kenyans who have the ultimate decision and who have the key to the destiny of this country. Thank you.
All right. Jevon has a lot of confidence in Kenya. Kenya, they know. Yes, they know how to read and they can comprehend matters. That is true, because even our education in this region is the best. So I agree with you on that one. Wakisoma waone hawataki, they will just vote it no. Kamaunji here, one of our viewers here, saying BBI is about resources, legislative and executive. It is not about the presidency. DP have a voting base. Is looking for other votes from the other region. It is just a matter of strategical relooking on the campaign. Kamaunji here has a very interesting perspective on what BBI is. Joseph Nyanchama, I don't know if he's correct from what you've read the BBI, I'm sure, and what it says.
Sorry, Miriam, I didn't get you.
Oh, right. So one of our viewers here, his name is Kamaunji here. He's saying BBI is about resources, legislative and executive. It is not about the presidency. DP has a voting base. He's looking for other votes from the other region. It is just a matter of strategical relooking on the campaign. So he's saying it's not about the presidency. DP has a voting base that is just trying to look for votes from other regions out there. So his understanding of the BBI, is it in tandem with what you know the BBI to be?
No, you see, first of all, we appreciate that he's able to respond, meaning that he was listening to the discussion. Thank you very much. And but in this life, no one monopolizes the perspective of an instrument like BBI. But we want to tell him that the bigger picture of BBI was to unify people in Kenya, given that there has been a perennial conflict during election periods. That is the bigger picture. But some now have converted it into an issue to help others ascend to State House, which is not the matter at hand. And I do not think that he has got everything correct. The issue here is that the deputy president himself, his eyes is purely on presidency. That is why they don't even spare any energy to read the details of the BBI. You can see the MP from Nakuru, you call him Ngunjiri. In fact, he shocked people when he said, "Oh, I have realized, by the way, even BBI, when I further read, it is also bottom up." Can you imagine?
Yeah.
What was he trying to say? We have been made to believe it is not for the interest of the people. I do not agree with him, but the bigger picture, in short, is to unify the nation, and that is what BPI is out to achieve. I submit, Miriam.
All right. Thank you so much.
Miriam, let me just come to the rescue of that viewer.
Yes.
Yeah, Miriam, it is true, and I want to agree with the sentiment, because 2010, Miriam, the deputy president of this of the Republic of Kenya, Dr. William Ruto, he opposed the constitution. Not simply he opposed the constitution because the constitution was bad. He simply wanted to govern his people, and then he owns the no campaign, and that's how he ended up becoming. That's how he ended up being someone seeing him as a serious contender for him to be considered as the running mate for President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. Having said that, if you want to agree, if your viewer is wrong, If 2010 you oppose the constitution, Miriam, an opportunity has come, Miriam, for him to bring the things you opposed. He didn't even give even a sentence or even a comma, even a full stop. He didn't. So what he's trying to do now, Miriam, he knows that like now, the voting pattern of what happened, basically all the current members of parliament, Miriam, they voted no. Quite a number. And my viewers can challenge,
yes.
My viewers or my fellow panelists can challenge me on that. So he has it on his back. So what they need to do is to move out. He goes to he goes to Western, he goes to Western region. In being discussing that it is no campaign, but it's identifying people who will assist him in 2022. I'm telling you, like now, they used to say now, we are not going to have a contestant what? Referendum. They are for it. Let us and wait and see the 63 or 83 members of parliament who voted no, whether they will reach there are no campaign in their region. They know the moment they will do that one, Miriam, the moment they will do that one, and we are going to defeat them, it will be a very bad signal for 2022. So he will be tactically be saying no, but he will be identifying people who will be assisting him for 2022. So our viewer I agree with these sentiments and comments.
All right. Thank you so much. Kamaunje here. Continue writing. I'll read some of those comments as we conclude the show. Now, there's somebody else who did not bother to appear to the committee of experts that was collecting views from Kenyans, but now has submitted. That will be Mr. Cherelkei and Ms. Omanga. They have submitted amendments to the Office of the Speaker to cure what they consider weaknesses in the bill, which, if adopted, will expand the size of Parliament and the National Executive. Was nominated Senator Millicent Omanga and Mr. Cherelkei in this country the last over 2 years when the PBI task force was going around the country to collect the views. That would have been the appropriate time for them to do this, Douglas. Why is she now going to the Speaker, knowing very well that he has no these powers to allow for the opening up of to amend this document?
We have a problem with our lawmakers in this country. And for Millicent Omanga, I will not comment much as a member of Jubilee Party because we want to chase out of our party. That is a member that does not, and for the last 4 years, she has not added any value to our party. What she is doing today, Miriam, was done by my grandmother, by my mothers, and everyone that wanted to have their views captured in this bill, Miriam. Actually, they were given an option of sending via email. They were given a WhatsApp number to send their views through. Actually, these people, where she has an office at KICC, there were views. There was at Simba Saron, there was a conference that was supposed to have corrected the views. She was supposed to have spared 20 minutes or 30 minutes to come down from her office, then come down to where the conference was happening and presented her views. If she didn't want to present her views at any other forum in Nairobi City County. But for Millicent Omanga to come and also start these shenanigans of trying to adopt new things and also putting new amendments to the bill, this is a people-driven process. Remember, Miriam, if Millicent Omanga was committed as a legislator and also as a woman leader, she would have done that over 3 years ago. But she didn't have that time. What was she doing? She was following William Ruto on every stop, including in Meru County, trying to deride this bill, saying how that she's Mama Miradi, she's going to stop this bill. And why does she want now to add something to this document again, Miriam? This shows the level of reasonings that we have in our members of parliament and also Senate. People like Millicent Omanga should be kicked out of Jubilee Party. The process that was started, the disciplinary committee at the Jubilee Party, should now take it to the National Management Committee and kick out Millicent Omanga like Mwaura was kicked out of Jubilee, Miriam. I have no kind words for a member of Senate, a nominated member. She has no members of public to serve. She serves the BS. She serves at the BS of Jubilee Party, and also she has an opportunity and all the time in the world for the last 2 years. How many people she has been serving? How many bills she has been sponsoring or motions in the Senate that she didn't get time to get her views captured in this bill, Miriam. So I have no time for Millicent Omanga. Since Millicent Omanga has abdicated her duty as a nominated member of parliament, she should have done that 2 years ago, Miriam. People in Keroka did that. People in Riwatoni, where they have a floating bridge, courtesy of President Uhuru Kenyatta, they did that. People in Meru town, where they have bypasses built by the administration of President Uhuru Kenyatta, met at Kamunde Hall and decided that this is the way that they shall go. People in my Menti Central backyard met at Gatimbe, who is Millicent Omanga to have not met the BBI steering committee or the task force for about 3 years, Miriam. She could not have presented her views. No matter how sweet they are, this process is going direct to the people. This is an affront to our constitutional changes that are supposed to be taken to the people. And the people now pass the bill unanimously without these shenanigans and the side shows that we are seeing from Millicent Omanga, Miriam. As I have said, I have no kind words for Areze, member of the Senate, courtesy of Jubilee Party. Jubilee Party should expedite the process and kick out Millicent Omanga from the party very quickly and get someone that can complete a term, Miriam. Very lazy.
Okay. But DP is banking on her, so I don't know if she will deliver. Douglas has given his verdict there. And while, as we finish, and while they have vowed to reject the bill, which they say is a scheme by the president and Mr. Odinga to settle political scores and isolate their man, that is the DP, it remains to be seen how they will act. Those are the senators allied to Deputy President William Ruto. Being their last line of defense, any sense of division in the group will signify the deep challenges the camp faces as the DP sets his eyes on moving to State House. So this, it appears, will be a litmus test. And if that is, then I don't know what happened last week or what kind of indictment that had on DP and the strength that he has in terms of political support across the country. But now this seems to be, the last litmus test there for Deputy President, the vote that is now looming there in Senate. So regardless of how it will turn out, Samuel Tawish, what would you advise the DP to do next in terms of his political survival strategy going forward in 2022?
Well, Miriam and the panelists, there's a Swahili saying that goes, sikio la kufa halisikii dawa. So I think for Deputy President William Ruto, given his destiny actually to fail, he's already in his political deathbed. I don't think we can resuscitate him. So he's a person who is destined to political oblivion, and the only way out is for him to actually submit and accept that this is the reality of the Kenyan politics. This is how things are going to pan out, because it is not possible that you can fight each and everything that the country is geared towards, especially even on a document that captures the aspirations and the desires of Kenyans, that you are always there on the front line actually opposing every of these initiatives. And you still expect the same people to give you a thumbs up or to give you an endorsement in your quest for presidency. So it is not possible. There's no further advice, only that for him to actually rethink and possibly come back to the fold. Even the prodigal son in the Bible, he was accepted back home. So in this case, if William Ruto is willing to go through a new and fresh baptism, if he's going to redeem, then maybe he will be welcomed back home. I do not think maybe the father or the house is that hostile to him to a point that he cannot be welcomed back, and if he's going to go through that fresh baptism, Miriam. So the only condition for him is not about a new strategy. It's not about any other thing. It's not about this bottom-up approach, shenaniganism, or whatever kind of things he's trying to do, an attempt to appease the voters. The only way for him now is to actually reconcile himself, reconcile his supporters, and actually say sorry for all the kind of propaganda and machinations that he has all along been proceeding around against President Uhuru Kenyatta and the people of Kenya. And once he does that, then I think he'll be welcomed back as a prodigal son, Miriam.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Prof, baptism and coming back home, is that even a viable option right now for Deputy President William Ruto? Professor Jevan Karanja. All right. This seems to have left.
Yeah, I'm here, Miriam.
Okay.
Thank you, yes. Miriam.
Oh, sorry, let Prof. All right. Okay, go fast and then Prof will come in. Tawish there has said that perhaps the DP needs some baptism, I don't know, from Saul to Paul, I'm not sure. And then he should come back home as the prodigal son. I don't know, is that a viable option for the DP right now? Do you think that is something that he would even consider doing?
Miriam, from the onset, the Deputy President and what he is going through today. He is suffering from what we call self-inflicted wounds in the political arena. He has gone out there and disorganized everything that could have helped him in his upward mobility heading to State House. Therefore, to me, I don't think he can be redeemed. And if he can be redeemed, the only person who can do that is President Uhuru Kenyatta and the former Prime Minister. And maybe by allowing him, and they have already come up with a very prestigious opposition through the BBI, and that is the official opposition leader. Because from the onset, we have seen from various by-elections, Deputy President losing miserably. In the BBI, in the county assemblies, he lost. In the National Assembly, he have lost. In the Senate, we anticipate that he will not see, he will lose. Therefore, Deputy President, his political tire is punctured, and by the time we reach to 2022, it will be fully busted. It will burst fully, and a Deputy President who is politically punctured might not even run for 2022 presidential ballot because he will have lost all key allies. And as Atwoli said that he might not be on the presidential ballot, it is coming slowly to be a reality that we might soon be living in, that the deputy president, not because of IBC, not because of any winch hunt, but from his own personal judgment and conviction, he might decide from the look of things that if he happens to run for president, a punctured man, and we saw it on Citizen TV when he was saying that if I happen to run, if I happen to become the president, therefore the brave deputy president that we used to know in 2013 to 2018 is no longer visible. Therefore, the person that we have is a person who is punctured politically, and he might not even decide to run, but he might prepare. He might be strategizing on what to do from 2027 or 2032. To me, I see that to that extent, he might be having more viable options. But for now, if he happens to run with the candidates of any coalition formed by the Team Handshake and Team BBI, he will be beaten to submission, and he might not even get to opposition to opposition leader. Thank you.
Thank you. Using very strong words there, beaten to submission. Professor, I don't know. What do you make of that?
Yeah, yes, Miriam, let me tell you. Miriam, I understand the deputy president very well. He is very cunning. He is very shrewd. He is a trickster. He knows what he wants, Miriam. Miriam, when I was young, I was being told, Miriam, there was a giant which was living near a bridge. And even if you go, and at the time of the night, it will always turn you back, whether it is asleep or not asleep. So you ask yourself, how do you cross that bridge, and you want to cross that bridge? The best you can do, you just go. Once you near that, you have reached that near the bridge, Miriam, you start turning to where you were coming, and then when it wakes up, you say, oh, how it has happened that you have gone through, and it will bring you back. This is exactly what the deputy president is doing. Sometimes my fellow panelists, you don't understand what the deputy president is not interested with the constitution. His eyes are focused on the second Tuesday of August 2022. That's why his eyes are. Whether you passed, hear what he said when he was defeated in Parliament, Miriam. You expected somebody who was defeated in the National Assembly to be very bitter. Was he ever bitter? He said we are a democracy. Parliament have done their work. It will go the people. And we will march up to 2022. That's what is interesting. So he has got no shame. He has got no humiliation. He is not concerned. His concern here is how does he become the 50th president of the Republic of Kenya. That is the deputy president, Dr. Samuel William Ruto. He has got all the opportunities to implement what they promised Kenyans, Miriam. I remember in 2013, how we see him in a white shirt and a red tie walking with the president. What happened? He realized that if I go this way, I will lose it. Let me just try to do what? To create a niche of my own. And that's exactly what he has done. So, my fellow panelists, let us go and urge Kenyans to pass this document because it's a good document. You know, they agree that even the same constitution, the same document, Miriam, it declares for him a position. How do you oppose something which is going to create you a position? In fact, this constitution, the PPI, is more beneficial to the deputy president than anybody else. See how Baba suffered for the 2 terms, Miriam, 2013 and 2017. You have got more than 5 point something votes. You have got more than 8 million votes who have voted for you, and you don't even have a small kiosk where people can come and see you. So this one we are creating for him an office where Tawisa and me will go and greet him. So the deputy president doesn't have shame. He's not going to be ashamed. He's not going to lick the wounds. He knows, he said, come on, baby, come on, baby. These Kenyans are fools, but God will reward us. Let us continue being fools because we are creating position for him. 2010, you opposed Miriam. Who was the first beneficiary of the deputy president for this country, whereby even the president can do nothing to you? Who is a beneficiary? Who is at our current official residence, Miriam, which he has turned to call the Hustlers office, Miriam, or residence, Miriam.
Hustlers Mansion. He calls it the Hustlers Mansion.
That's exactly. That is William Ruto. That's William Ruto, Miriam, I submit.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Joseph Nyanchama. Javan there suggested, as we conclude, that perhaps the DP now needs to repent. I don't know, the redemption strategy that Dr. Matsangas keeps talking about here, maybe according to Javan, perhaps he needs it. And then he comes back home and, they continue building the nation with the president, his boss, President Uhuru Kenyatta. But I'm just wondering, do you think that would even be an option right now for the deputy president after, the vote will go through maybe it will go through or not, but we don't know. But, chances are it could in the Senate. What are his options now after that?
I think for me, first of all, I don't know whether he has capacity to repent, knowing his ego. And let me tell you something, Miriam, and my fellow panelists. When they started 2013 with Uhuru Kenyatta, Uhuru Kenyatta was a bit, he trusted and things went the way they went. In the last term, the deputy president started running a race I call marathon. In marathon, you have no time to reflect. The focus is to sprint, to run at a pace, increase, reduce, until you win the marathon race. His boss, Uhuru Kenyatta, has been running a race we call sequential. Sequential is where you run, you reflect. Whether you are on the hill, you adjust the pace. I want to tell you for a fact, because he has not been running a sequential race, he will burn out. I am telling you, his options are, number one, to reflect now on 2027. That is my own taking. Mm-hmm. The reason is he has been running a marathon while his boss has been running a sequential race. Mm-hmm. That is why it sounded like a shock. To be tactful, you have to run and reflect. Because, you may be running thinking only to be shouted from outside. You are number 32 and we are remaining with 100 meters. Do you think you will reach the tape line? For me, the way things have started to unfold, that is the option. Save energy for 2027. I submit.
All right. Thank you so much. Douglas, conclude for us.
Miriam, thank you for this opportunity. Mm-hmm. Me, for the person that stole Aurora and Kimwarel monies, I have nothing else to tell them. What I can wish them is that before they talk about economic recovery, before they talk about many things, it needs now to come together and also return every single coin that is stole from the people of Kenya. Miriam, it is very sad that you can use your proxies to even steal from poor people in Arora and Kimorel. You know, Miriam, I heard one person which I don't support their statement. They said you'd rather steal from these people who want to buy gold, foreigners who want to buy gold, than stealing from your own kinsmen. Actually, Kimorel is a village of where the former minister for Treasury, Henry Rotich, comes from. But these people have continued defranchising these people and promising even now, Miriam. It sounds as economic diarrhea when someone comes and talks to the people of Kenya about economic recovery when they are serving as a deputy president in a government that is headed by President Uhuru Kenyatta. What has he been doing for the last 8 years? If he didn't believe in Uhuru Kenyatta, why did he team up with him in 2017? He needs to tell the people of Kenya what happened in between there. What happened in between there was Arora and Kimware, the stadium in Kamarin in West Pokot, which he said is in Zurich, and many others, Miriam. We need to be able to be told the truth. What happened to the many issues that have been devouring him, and also the defrauding of our own economy. Miriam, as we sort out this economic mess, because the BBI that he has been using the billions from Arora and Kimware to fight is actually going to jail thieves who have stolen from the public. We can pardon them when they have returned everything that they have taken from the public. And as we conclude that process, he should forget about the presidency in 2022, Miriam. That repentance can only happen when he has been able to return everything that he has taken. The Bible, where Zacchaeus was hosting Jesus, when he wanted to host Jesus as a tax collector, Jesus told him, through repentance, is that you go, return everything that you have taken from the poor people. And he said, I'll give double. I have not heard Dr. William Ruto say, I want to be a president, I'm going to return double, 64 billion times 2. And other monies, Miriam, because at the end of the day, we are tired as the people of Kenya. The silent majority who are punishing him in National Assembly, in county assemblies, and now they are going to punish him in Senate, Miriam. The silent majority are going to punish him now in the referendum, Miriam. Are the same people we are not going to get any other people. It is the same representatives we sent to the National Assembly, to the county assemblies, to the Senate, and also the same voters that send these people who are voting against his wishes, Miriam, are the same people that he's going to encounter in 2022. A true repentance, a true apology to the people of Kenya is a return of every economic route that he has been able to take from the people of Kenya, the hiving of Gong Forest, and every other scandal that he has been associated with, Miriam, so that we can be able to forge ahead as a good people of Kenya, so that we can be able to forgive these economic bandits. They should return everything they have taken, and as they reflect on that, Kenyans will have a new set of leaders in 2022, which does not include William Ruto offering himself for president in 2022, Miriam. He should now sit down as a grandfather and also look after his own children. Now the daughter got married the other day. He can eat his bride price at home at peace. Nobody is having problem with that. We have no problem with that. He can be eating that. This is his own money. But the money that belongs to the people of Arora and Kimwarel, we want to build dams like the dam in Karimenu, the Dwake Dam, and every other water pan in this country. The people of Arora, today is a rainy season. It is raining where I am. I believe it is raining in Arora and Kimwarel. He should be able to repent by returning that. And now he can continue reading the Bible and as a changed man, a true man of God who owns the Bible quoting, and a man that practices what the Bible says. He has coveted what belongs to the people of Kenya, preferred our public resources, and rooted every sphere of government he has ended Miriam with his cronies. Now, for him to be able to do that, he needs to repent, return the money, and stay at home, Miriam, so that another set of Kenyans can take this country forward. I have no guidance for economic bandits who masquerade as the next saviors of an economy that they have rooted, Miriam. They should return the economy where they found it, return the money, then we can be able to talk about the future. Maybe 2027, like Dr. Joseph Nyanchama is saying, or even forget it. Because, Miriam, these are the same people who have put us where we are in the problems that we are experiencing today. I don't believe the people in Arora and Kimwarel would want to reason that their 64 billion vanished with one man, a Bible quoting and a Bible carrying politician who wants to be president in 2022. It is not possible. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And that is the end of our show this afternoon. Douglas Kirimi, thank you. Dr. Joseph Nyanchama, Jevan Karanja, Professor Jared Onyari, and of course, Samuel Tawish. This has been the People's Court. My name is Miriam Gotu. I will be right back just shortly at around 12:30 midday here with the latest news from across the continent of Africa in Diaspora Dispatches. Today being a Monday, we have so much to look at from the continent. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye for now.
Peace must be our goal and our guide. And all that we strive for as a human family, dignity and hope, progress and prosperity, depends on peace. But peace depends on us.